What up, guys? This is Niko. Today I'm going to teach you how to disable the EPIRB so that we can use it for the movie. First of all, to let you guys know what this object is, what it does, it mounts to the boat, and when the boat sinks, it automatically pops to the surface and lets out a signal to the satellite or the COS satellite, which is the Russian system. So just to let you know what it is, I bought this thing off eBay for $50, so it's not too bad. We nicknamed this thing Blinky for a couple of the movies we're going to be doing with it. So in order for it to be immersed in the water with the character, we have to disable the inside so the thing does not shoot out a signal and call the Coast Guard. So, just a little overview which I kind of gave you. This thing is based in two parts. There's the upper part, which is the antenna, the lower part, which contains the battery and all the internal stuff. This is called the equator. So I guess there's a seal which is in between here, batteries, and some really heavy ass weight. I mean, this thing weighs about 5 pounds. And I'm really surprised this thing actually will float. So anyways, normally this thing has a cradle which this thing goes into and it'll pop to the surface, but that didn't come with the transaction, so I assumed this thing was dead, and we put it in the sink, and the thing started blinking. So I was like, oh shit. So we took it out, dried it off, and pretty much this thing has water-activated automatic sensors, so which are right here, which I'm assuming these are it. Water gets inside that, makes a contact switch shut, and then it'll it'll activate. So this thing activates on the 121.5 frequency for aircraft, and also it goes straight to satellite on the 406 channel, which basically sends out its GPS. Actually, correction, no, this is not a GPS. It'll give away its location, so aircraft will pick up on the 121.5 frequency and home in on it. So in order to do this, we're going to have to take it apart. So, in order to take the equator thing off, which there's a seal right in there, we're going to pull the safety pin, which is right there. That is automatically sealed, that way to prevent anybody from tampering with it and let everybody know that it's okay, it's been inspected and whatnot. This is the information on it, so this thing shows that it is water activated. So this thing comes with a bracket. Before we do that, like I said, I thought this thing was dead. So I moved this thing to the test position. For 15 seconds. And nothing. But when I did immerse it in the water, it did work. So now I'm going to go to part 2 of the video by opening this thing up and popping the pin out, and there should be the battery and stuff inside. I just have to cut it, so it's kind of impossible to get the thing out. But yeah, I'll be back with that part. So just before I shut this video off, just to let you know, that's kind of what this thing does. It's an EPIRB. Alright guys, time for part 2 of the video. Okay, I popped the pin out. So now this should just pop straight up. And the equator thing should come right out. Let's see if we can put this like this. If you can see it. So I'll pop the thing out. So, okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. Take the thing off. And this thing, Blinky, should come right in half. Whoa, shit. There's the insides. So disconnect this. So I get it. So when it makes contact with that, it'll try to send out a signal. Now it's been deactivated. So here's the circuitry. And here's the inside of it. This is a bag that prevents everything from getting wet. So this is pretty much what's inside the damn thing. Okay, here we go. Here's a seal, the gasket. So when you go to order a new one of these things, it'll do its thing, yeah? So I think this is to the antenna. These must be to the battery right here, yeah? So, keeps it dry. Oh, there's the contacts right there. See what I was talking about? So when this thing gets wet, it sets off the system. There's the battery. The batteries are right in there. This is the dissectant. Keeps it from, what do you call it? Getting wet. The moisture from getting in there. There's a nut. Pop that out. And there's the batteries right there. You can see them underneath. So, I think it's probably grounded to the chassis. Pretty fucking heavy, that's for sure. Alright, well this is disconnected, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the wires and Blinky will never blink again. And now we can just use it for Hollywood movies. Oh, to actually kill it, you run the knife right there on this. That's the actual CPU, which in the instructions it says you do. So we're going to go do that right now. Ooh. Excuse me for a second. I don't have a pocket knife, but just go like this. So it's actually pretty freaking clean if you ask me. Cut the board. Let me put this down for a second while I do this. You can hear the thing popping right now. There you go. Cut that one. I think that's the main one you just cut. Right there. That way it won't. That's the main CPU on it. Make sure. We'll do this side too. And just do it for the last. That's probably an inverter. Oh, this is the frequency crystal, which probably puts out the 121.5 hertz. So I think that's it. And this is the homing beacon one. So that's done. Instead of cutting myself on it, but then we're gonna put it back together after this. So then after we do this, we're gonna put the we're gonna do the movie. We're gonna tie this thing to the life raft and not get in trouble with the Coast Guard. All right. Done. Time for you to go back together. Oh. And just take that, shove that shit back in there. Find the front of it, which would be right there. Make sure that thing's been cut properly. Okay. It's definitely destroyed. Let's put this thing right here, so you guys can see. Hopefully the thing should seal back up again. Put the collar back on. Grab the ring. And that's pretty much like that. Come on, Blinky. I had a feeling it's not going to want to do this. Oh, there you go. Just like that.